I'm back. It is August 12th, and I didn't wind up vlogging for the rest of the weekend. I had a baby shower that I went to for my friend Angela, and then I was doing a bunch of organizing yesterday, but I am back. Um, so this week I have a bunch of errands I'm running. It's also another week that I'm off, which is excellent. And my cousin's bridal shower is at the end of this week where I'm actually maid of honor. So there's gonna be a bunch of stuff going on for that. But I did make some progress on my reading. So I did actually listen to 6 chapters yesterday of Tower of Dorne by Sarah J. Maas, which I'm really enjoying. I'm gonna try to listen to 3 more today. And then I made actually a lot more progress on The Bells by Danielle Clayton. This is the book for the Time Warp YA book club that I'm reading. It's so interesting. Like, I'm really enjoying it. It basically follows a society where everyone is born with like a gray complexion and like red eyes. And beauty is paramount in this society. And there's a group of girls that are like, regular colored, like because I guess they're kind of like witches, I guess you could say. But they're known as bells and they can give beauty to the rest of the people. And there are 6 bells and there's different like assignments and everyone wants to be the favorite. And the favorite bell gets to work for the king, queen, and the princess basically. Um, but I'm loving the dynamics between like the girls. That's like really interesting. But I'm loving what they're saying about beauty. I think it's a very interesting like commentary on beauty. And I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of moving pieces in this story. This book did not start out the way that I expected it to start out. So I'm really curious to see where it goes. There's also a couple of mysteries thrown in that I'm really enjoying. This is an arc. I got this like 2 years ago at BE. I think my friend got it for me. So I'm on page 182. My arc has like 486 pages. So I'm definitely going to tackle reading this today. But I'm going to take a note out of Peru's projects to this book. And I like what she does with like her commute books. But for me, I go for bike rides every single day, like in the summer when it's nice. And they're books that I read like kind of when I have to like focus on stuff. So what I'm going to do is whenever I go for my bike ride, I'm going to read up to 50 to 100 pages of a bigger book that is hard to take into the city with me. And the book that I chose for the first one is Priory of an Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I know that this book has to do with dragons. It's a high fantasy novel. This book has, in this arc, it has like almost like 850 pages. So this will probably take me a while to read, and it depends. If I'm really like loving it towards the end, I might power through it. But I am going to take this with me and I'm going to make some progress on it. Today is also a day where I'm going to do a bunch of planning. I keep saying this, but I did finish the drama projects books that I'm working on. And now I'm going to start building one of my first units of the year, which is really exciting. So I'm going to work on that. Today's also supposed to be like the nicest day of the week, which is nice. I'm going to probably stay outside a lot, go for a couple of bike rides. I also got to watch gymnastics yesterday and this past weekend. I'm a big, big gymnastics fan. I love Simone Biles. I love Morgan Hurd. It's been nice to see them, and I'm really excited to rewatch their older competitions and wait for they go to the Worlds in October. So that's my mini update, and I will check back in with you guys when I come back from my bike ride. I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Here, I'm back. I just wanted to do a small update. I did come back from my bike ride, and I did actually wind up reading about 22 pages of The Priory of the Orange Tree. This is actually the cover. But I'm actually really liking it. It's definitely a massive book. It follows 2 societies, East and West, and you have 2 very different storylines. And there is one where there is like a society where there's a young girl and she's going to her naming or her choosing day, and she winds up coming across a new person in town who, if they find out that she found him, she could be just qualified from her choosing. And then you have another society, which is West, I think, and there is a princess there, and people are trying to kill her. So you have like her maid trying to find out who's trying to kill her. It's a very, very interesting book. I'm really, really liking it. But yeah, so I got about 22 pages in. It really is a gorgeous day out. So I'm probably going to go for another bike ride, and I would love to get up to page 50. But I'm really intrigued, and I'm definitely going to try to read more of this week. And I'm finally able to announce that I did get picked as a Book of the Month YA affiliate. So I will be having the affiliate link in my description box for this video, and I will be sharing with you guys I think it's the August pick or the September pick. I think it's probably be the August pick. For the books. I'm really excited to share that with you guys. I've never been picked as an affiliate for anything, so I'm really excited, and I hope you guys like those unboxings, and I will have the affiliate link in the description box for this month. I know that the books this month are Mind Games, The Downstairs Girl, Color Me In. Let me look it up for you guys while I'm here, because I could easily tell you. It's not going to let me tell you. But I know that it was Mind Games, The Downstairs Girl, Fill Me In, House of Salt and Sorrow, and Hello Girls by Brittany Cavallaro and someone else. So those are like the choose. I chose one. That will be a surprise when I get my box, but I'm really excited for it. So yeah, I'm going to go back to planning. As I said, I did finish the other book, so now I'm doing Teacher's Guide, my first acting series. I don't know if you guys are really interested in this, but it is definitely a part of my life. So I'm going to work a little bit more, and then I'm going to go for a quick, like, a bike ride, and then come back and work a little bit more. I'm trying to work on the days that I have, like, a lot of, like, free time, because I am also trying to have, like, a life and an existence. So when people say, like, oh, do you want to hang out? Do you want to do this? I can. So when I have free days, I tend to work all day. And I did kind of give myself, like, a really nice summer. I kind of gave myself up until my birthday. And then after my birthday, I kind of told myself, all right, your birthday's over. You have like 3 weeks before you go back to school, and you do not want what happened last year. I really don't. So that's my plan. I'm planning, but I'm also taking breaks. And I'm probably going to watch some Veronica Mars tonight and read The Bells. So that's exciting plans as well. But yeah, I'll update you guys later. Probably when I come back from my bike ride, let you guys know what I'm thinking of the Priory of the Orange Tree. Bye, guys. I'm just checking back in. I just wanted to say that I did get up to page 53 of Priory of the Orange Tree. I'm actually happy because it's going to follow a bunch of different perspectives, at least in one of them, which I'm liking in each like location, and I'm sure eventually the locations will like meld. But I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely like a fast-paced read. It's a very, very complicated world, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm about 53 pages in, and tomorrow I'm gonna hope to read another 50 pages. It just depends. But yeah, so far I'm really happy that I wanted picking this one up. And now for the rest of the evening, I'm gonna dive back into The Bells by Danielle Clayton. I'm on page 188, and I'm flying through this read. I felt the same way when I was reading Legendary by Stephanie Garber. Like, it's a very like luscious world, and I'm really liking it. It's very, very hard to predict the mystery. I'm also ironically meeting her on Thursday for when I go to all the book signings, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to dive in and hopefully make some more progress on this. I'm going to also be watching Veronica Mars. The new Veronica Mars season came out, and I just never wound up watching the newer episodes because I wanted to watch the older one in the movie. So that's my plans of attack for tonight, and I'll be sure to update you guys and let you guys know how far I get. But currently, I'm about 180 pages in. I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Lori here. Sorry I didn't update it all today. It was like a very, very crazy day. We had to do a lot of shopping, and we were out of the house for a good portion of the day. But I didn't actually wind up listening to any audiobooks today because it was raining like all day, and I couldn't go on any bike rides, which was a little bit sad. But I did want to making some more progress on The Bells by Danielle Clayton. I'm now on page 288 of this book. This book is getting so interesting and like so compelling to keep reading. I'm really enjoying the world of it, and I'm really loving Camilla as a lead character. Thinking the mysteries are also getting really interesting. I wish that we saw more of her sisters, other than just like the way that we see them in this book, because I think that their dynamics would have been really interesting to develop throughout the novel. So one thing I'm missing, I'm wondering if they're going to play a part in the second half of the book, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm also watching some true crime podcasts, which is always my jam, or watching some videos. So I'm going to make some more progress and hopefully maybe get to page maybe 350 tonight. I'll try to update before I go to bed. But yeah, that's a small update for today. Sorry I didn't update all day, but it was a very busy day. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Here, I'm just checking back in. I did actually make a bit more progress on The Bells by Danielle Clayton. I'm now on page 440, and this book has like 480 pages in it. Well, my arc does. This book is like such jam-packed action towards the end, and it's really having like a very unique conversation about beauty and what beauty is and when should you not change things. And it's really like interesting. I'm loving all the dynamics between the characters. I'm missing the sister dynamics with her because they're really not as present as they were in the first half of the book, and I am missing that. But it's like a very jam-packed story. I'm really excited to see how this book ends, and see who was left standing. But yeah, the dynamic between her and the princess are really interesting. You don't often see a female character like Sophia in novels, especially YA novels. So I'm really like enjoying it. It reminds me a little bit of the Red Queen plotline that we had in the first couple books that I read in that. Her mentality and her temperament. But I'm really liking it. So I'm definitely hope to finish this tonight. I'm going to go to a book signing tomorrow with Danielle Clayton, so I'd like to have this finished. And then I don't know what I'm going to read next. I am back to planning. I got to see a friend who I haven't seen in about a year since before I got hired at Horace Greenlee, so that was super nice. And I have to do a lot of not wedding planning, but like shower stuff because my cousin's shower is literally on Saturday. But yeah, I'm back to planning, looking at these books, which are always some of my favorites. I actually bought these books before I was a theater teacher, like just in my life, so these are the next books that I'm working on. The kids actually know these because I've actually used some resources from these in the past. But that's my plan. And then I'm going to move on to my next read, which I'm super excited about. And I'll be sure to let you guys know what that is. But I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Right here, I'm just checking back in. I did actually wind up finishing The Bells by Danielle Clayton. This book was like a roller coaster ride. And the end, so much stuff happens that I still really haven't like processed it. Because so much happened in the last like 100 pages of this book. It was a lot, and I felt like the ending was like really, really fast paced, but also there was a lot of lack of information. So I'm still confused about some things that happened. So I'm definitely gonna have to get The Everlasting Rose. Most definitely. I'm gonna debate if I'm to get it at the signing tomorrow because I'm gonna be there anyway. And this book is actually signed to me, I think. Yeah, this one is the one that's signed to me. So I actually might wind up getting it because I'm going to be there anyway. And I really, really love this book. I thought it was a great dystopian styled novel with magic thrown in. I really loved what they said about beauty in this book. I thought it was a really interesting, like, dynamic. The ending was so fast paced, and I like really want to know what's happening next. I'm definitely gonna read Everlasting Rose. Tomorrow is the day that I'm going to the city for a book signing with the Bells author and the Murder Funding author. I hope to come back and film or like update you guys. I always go book shopping in the city. It's just what I do. But I did wind up picking up another book to read tomorrow, and it's Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lynn. My cover's over there. This is the Owl's Crate exclusive edition. I know nothing about this book other than it's about a tailor, and there has Mulan-inspired elements in it, which I'm really excited to dive into. So I'm going to start reading this. I'm literally only like 12 pages in, so I'm not that far. But yeah, I actually really, really like this book. I thought it was a super fun, fast-paced read. Very, very lush. Recently, I read Legendary by Stephanie Garber. Really, really loved that book. And this had a very, very like lush, complex world that I really, really enjoyed. So I'm definitely going to dive into the second one soon. But for the rest of the night, I'm going to read Spin the Dawn. Oops. And then I'm going to watch some YouTube and read up on the Owl Crate-a-thon, which they're doing this summer. And I'm probably going to definitely participate in that. I'm going to choose my books, and that will be a video that goes upcoming next week. So keep an eye out for that. And I'll probably update you guys before I go to bed tonight. Just depends how far I get in Spin the Dawn. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. I'm back. It's actually August 15th, and I just got back from the Murder Trending launch party that I got at Books of Wonder, and I did some book shopping, which was super exciting, and you'll see that in a haul later in the month. But I did want to come in here and say that I did make a lot of progress on Spin the Dawn. Now I'm on page 272. This book is so compelling. Like, I'm really liking it. It definitely did not go the direction I thought it was going to go. Like, I thought that it was going to be a large part of this book was going to be the competition aspect, which I was so excited for. But then it turned into a different type of book that has like an adventure and like a quest type element, which I love. So I would definitely pitch this book as like Project Runway meets the Potion Diaries. That's like if you haven't read the Potion Diaries, then it's like a very, very quest heavy novel. Or like, but it's really interesting and really cool. There's a lot of political stuff. I'm really enjoying it, and there's definitely Mulan inspired elements. I would say that if you really want Project Runway, I would like you're gonna be a little bit disappointed because it's not the whole book, but I'm really liking it. I'm now on page 272, and this book has about 400 pages in it. So I just wanted to come here quickly and check back in. Tomorrow and the next 2 days is a little bit nuts. It's my cousin's bridal shower, which we are planning. So I'm going to try to give you guys as much updates as I can, but it might be Sunday. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and tell you guys that I really am enjoying Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow for another update. Oh, and I also did read about like 8 chapters of Tower of Dawn, which I'm really enjoying as well. But I will chat with you guys tomorrow. Bye. Lori here. I'm back. I did actually wind up finishing Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim, and I wound up giving it 4 stars. I actually really did wind up liking this book. I thought it was like a really interesting concept. I really enjoyed the first half of the novel. I thought the second half of the novel was like an interesting twist that I didn't necessarily expect in Spin the Dawn. I was teased a little bit from Alexa Loves Books, which I actually really appreciated. I really grew to like the romance in this book. I thought it was very, very strong. I thought the world building was really, really interesting. I thought the political intrigue was interesting. The only like downside of this book for me, and it's not like a downside, but like something that I wanted and didn't necessarily get, was a fleshed out secondary group of characters. And it just didn't really go the way I thought it was. I thought that we were going to have a lot more personalities developed in the first half of the novel and they were going to carry over, and that really didn't happen. And I normally kind of sometimes struggle with the books that are focused on the romance and the romantic entanglement and the lead, which is kind of what this book became in the end. But I still wound up really liking it, and I really did like the myth. I really did like the lore. I thought it was really interesting. I think she's, but I really did wind up enjoying it. I definitely will be checking out the book too, and it does, in this edition anyway, it did reveal the title. I'm really intrigued where book 2 goes. I just miss the secondary characters to like push this story like over the edge. That would have made me love it. There was no real like secondary characters that I felt like a lot of like connection to. I really did like the romantic lead. I did. My cousin was calling me, and so much wedding drama is happening. So much wedding drama. Hopefully tomorrow the wedding drama will be less because it will have happened, and she can't do anything about it anyway because I planned the whole shower. So if anyone should be having worried attacks, it should be me, not her. But alas, she's the bride. We give her whatever she wants. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. Before I go back to school, I'm actually going to wind up unhauling a bunch of books, and I just haven't decided which ones I'm keeping. So that one's going to go in the possible unhaul pile, and I'm going to decide later. And I did wind up, this will be my final challenge for the TBR and Beyond Book Bash. I still have 2 weeks left, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just maybe restart the round if I'm motivated or not. But I am going to read The Antidote by Sherry Slackler. And this has to do with like a prince, a healer, and then the prince gets sick and she ends up having to go on like a quest to save him. So it sounds really, really cool. And I've actually I read another book very similar to this like earlier in the year. And this is the one that I was really like motivated to read. So hopefully I like it. But yeah, so this is going to be the book that I'm going to start tonight. It's The Antidote. This came out a while ago. This is also a library read, so I probably should get a move on reading it. But yeah, I will definitely try to update you guys tonight when I come back from planning my cousin's shower. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Here I'm back. It is Sunday morning. And yesterday was my cousin's bridal shower, and then we went out. So sadly, I didn't get a lot of reading done yesterday. Because I went out after the shower. Today we're going out again while most of the bridal party is in town. but I do plan on getting some reading done and also making some content for you guys. So I did actually read some of The Antidote by Sherry Sackler. I'm now on page 44. This book I'm really enjoying. It started out in the past, and a epidemic affected this fantasy land, and there's a girl who's a healer who also is like a witch when it comes to magical plants. She has powers of magics. And there's only a few people that survive this plague, and one is her, one is his older brother that was sent away, and then Prince Xavier. And now this book is set 10 years in the future. It flashes forward, and they are at the end of the 10 years where this plague is going to still possibly be affecting, but Prince Xavier is not doing very well. And that's literally all that I'm up to right now. I wanted to read this book for a while. It's been one of my most highly anticipated reads, but I finally got around to reading it. So I'm going to hope to read a little bit more. This is actually a really, really quick read because the chapters are really, really short, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely going to go for a bike ride and catch up on my chapters for Tower of Dawn because I've fallen a little bit farther behind in reading than I would have liked. But yeah, that's my plans for the morning. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later for another update. I'm back. I did actually wind up listening to quite a few chapters from Tower of Dawn. I'm really enjoying that. I have a bunch of chapters left, but I am making a lot of progress on that, which is very good. And then I did make some progress on The Antidote by Sherry Sackler. I'm now on page 66. I will be bringing this book with me when I go into the city tonight with my cousin because they're going out drinking. Not the biggest fan of drinking, but I will bring this as a distractionary tactic if I need it. But yeah, that's my plans. I'm also going to spend a little bit of time making videos for you guys, which I'm really excited about. I don't know what time I'm going to be back tonight, so I tried to prep as much stuff as I could for you guys for this week, so you guys have content, which is nice. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a small update. I don't know if I'm actually going to update again when I come back, and it just depends on how late we are out. But I am really enjoying this book. I'm curious to see where this book goes, because right now we're in kind of the beginning stages, but I really do like the dynamics between the characters. I like that there's a very, very strong friendship between the characters. I really do like the world building. So I'm actually really enjoying this book, and it's actually nice that I'm finally getting around to reading it. But yeah, that's my thoughts for the moment, and I'll be sure to update you guys. If not tonight when I come home, then definitely tomorrow morning. Bye, guys. Lori here. I'm back. I just want to do a small update. It's Monday, August 19th. I did go into the city yesterday with my cousin, and we had a bunch of bridal party fun things, and I got to meet one of the bridal parties was actually really nice. But I did actually make a lot more progress on The Antidote by Sherry Sackler. I'm now on page 136. This book reminds me of Ash Princess meets the Red Queen series. I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving the brother dynamics. I'm loving how this book started off in the past and went to the present. I'm just really, really enjoying it. I'm loving the magic system that's being developed. I'm loving the political and court intrigue in this novel. I'm really enjoying the main character, and I'm especially loving the friendship dynamic between Davi and Fee or Ophelia. I think it's a really, really compelling story that I'm really, really enjoying. It's a very, very fast read as well. The chapters are super short. This would be a great introductory when you go out of middle grade to young adult, because I think it's a very, very simple story, but really does expand the world, and I think would be a great starter series for anyone looking to break into young adult fantasy as a middle grade reader. I think would be a very, very easy transition. But I have to go do some more bridal shopping, go get some shoes hopefully, read some more on the way and on the way back. So I'll be sure to give you guys an update when I come back, and then I'm probably going to wind up ending this reading vlog today and starting a new one tomorrow. But I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. It's Lori here. I'm back. It's much later than I originally thought, but I did some errands, I did some shopping, I watched some TV, so now I'm back. But I did make some progress on listening to Tower of Dawn. I listened to about 3 chapters of that, and then I made some progress on The Antidote. I'm now on page 184. This book has changed locations. I'm really enjoying the dynamics between the characters. I'm loving the discussion they're having about magic, and I'm really curious to see where this book goes. But I'm especially enjoying the relationships in this book. It's a very, very compelling read, and I would love to tackle this book tonight. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love to. I'm also watching 3 different shows right now. And I talked about this a while ago, but there's a podcast called Rewatchable on Hypable.com, and they rewatch like fan favorite, like originally their premise was they watched shows that got canceled really early or unexpectedly canceled. So the first show they did was Firefly, then they did Veronica Mars, now they're doing Pushing Daisies, and I fell a little bit farther behind on the rewatch than I wanted, so I missed the second half of the Agent Carter round. I missed Pushing Daisies, obviously, and then the new Veronica Mars round, which they just started. So I'm gonna actually go watch the newest episode of Veronica Mars, which is season 4, because I just literally finished that movie like yesterday. So I'm really excited about that. And then I'm gonna go watch some Agent Carter, and yeah. So I'm definitely gonna read as I'm doing this, watch some booktube, and I'll definitely check back in when I make a little bit more progress. But so far this is like a very like fantasy light series, and I'm actually really enjoying it. So I'll give you guys another update a little bit more later in the night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. It's Lori here. I'm back. I did actually make a bunch more progress on The Antidote by Sherry Sackler. I'm now on page 254. I'm definitely going to try to get up to page 300 tonight. That's my goal. Sorry, for some reason my voice keeps going. Apologize. But I'm really liking the development of the magic system in this book. This part was a bunch of like a massive info dump. So if you don't always love that in books, it can get a little bit tedious. But I think that it was like the only way to get that information across. I really do love the friendship dynamics in this book. Is definitely the highlight. And I'm really enjoying that part. It's definitely a very, very fast-paced read. But the info dump did. Now I'm reevaluating how I look at the whole book. But I'm really enjoying it, and I hope to finish another 50 pages tonight. But yeah, that's a small update, and I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Here, I'm back. I'm just doing a small update. I did wind up finishing The Antidote by Sherry Sackler. I actually thought it was a really, really fun fantasy novel. I love that it really, really focused on friendship, and I really like the magic system that was developed. I wound up giving this read like a 3.575 stars. I thought there was a lot of info dumping in this book at points that kind of took me out of the story a little bit. But I do stand by my thoughts that this would be a great like beginner series for like middle grade readers that want to dive into young adult books, because I just felt like it was a very, very easy fantasy series to dive into. So I'm giving this 3.75 stars. I also, because I was traveling and I was reading while I was running errands, so because my mom was driving. So I'm picking up Keeper of the Lost Cities, Everblaze, which is the 3rd book in that series. I didn't get that very far, and I'm only on page 18, and I do actually have to read a book for a blog tour that's next week. So I might wind up putting this book down and reading that, but I haven't quite decided yet. But that's my progress on my reading. I'll definitely update you guys tonight when I go back to reading, but I'm going to try to get some work done for school. But yeah, that's my updates, and I'll talk to you guys later this evening for another update. Bye. Hey, it's Lori here. I'm back. I did actually go for a bike ride this morning. I went to the doctor and all those other fun things, because as a teacher you have like so few days off, so trying to get all of my like doctor's appointments done so that when I actually go back to school I don't need to worry about them. But I did actually wind up putting down Everblaze by Shannon Messenger, not because I'm not enjoying it, but because I'm on a blog tour for Don't Say a Word by Amber Lynn. I cannot say her last name. So I'm reading that book, and that's actually a really compelling read. I really liked the first one. I said it was like very, very Veronica Marsy. But this character can be super unlikable. So I'm reading that, and I'm really liking the direction that the story's taking. It's really, really fun, and it's really, really fast paced. When I finish that book, I will definitely wind up wrapping up this reading vlog. Sorry, the next 2 weeks are just going to be a little bit crazy because I like go back to school in 2 weeks, and I have a lot of prep stuff I got to do. But I am making a lot of progress. So that's actually helpful. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a small update and tell you that I did read about, I'd say about like 100 pages this morning, and I listened to 3 chapters of Throne of Glass and like a half a chapter of Lord of the Shadows. So that's my reading progress for now, and I'll definitely update you guys later tonight when I go back to reading. But yeah, that's my update. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I'm back. I did wind up taking a shower and I did wind up getting a lot more planning done. I'm so happy. Finished one of the books that I was looking forward to getting through, so that's exciting. I actually did wind up reading 16 chapters of Don't Say a Word by Amberlynn Nashash. I cannot say her last name, but this book is really, really good. It's actually quite funny, or quite ironic, because I am actually watching season 4 of Veronica Mars. She is so Veronica. They even like had a line in here like a long time ago we used to be friends, which is totally a Veronica Mars reference, but I really like it. She's a very hard character to love or even like, but I'm really enjoying the story and the mystery. It's a very, very fast-paced, compelling read. It also deals with like very like harder topics like a prostitution ring and sexual assault and like sharing illicit pictures and stuff like that. So I'm really liking that. Sometimes I like want to like I want to do with Veronica Shake, like, why are you getting involved in these complicated things? Like, why? But it's a really, really good story. So I'm gonna read a little bit more of that. I have a lot of work I gotta do tomorrow, but I want to get some reading done, and maybe watch some of the shows I'm back behind on. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later tonight or tomorrow for another update. Bye. Hey, Lori here. I'm back. Today did not go as planned. It just did not go as planned, but that's okay. But I did wind up having to go shopping. I went shopping with my cousin, which I didn't plan on doing, but that's okay. I did get a little bit of reading done, actually a lot more reading than I should have, because I was really focused on my book and not on my cousin, which she does not always appreciate. But I'm now on 62% way through Don't Say a Word, which I'm actually really enjoying, so that's good. And I also end up listening to 3 chapters of Tower of Dawn and 1 chapter of Lord of Shadows, so that's actually pretty good. I actually am going to power everything down. I'm gonna go watch some booktube, maybe read a little bit, and watch the final 2 episodes of The Umbrella Academy, which I was shocked last night when I was watching it. And school is coming up, so I did wind up finding some really, really cool resources that I'm going to tackle tomorrow. If you, by chance, are a theater teacher in the United States of America and you are teaching middle school or high school, I highly, highly recommend this curriculum. It's called Susie Zimmerman, and it's 2 different books. One of them looks like this, so it's the Introduction to Theater Arts. And there's always the student book, and what I've been doing is I've been taking apart the student book because the handouts are really easy to make copies of that way. And this is the other curriculum. It's Introduction to Theater Arts too. And I would actually recommend getting both of them because they do have enough different material that I think it would actually be beneficial. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. Tomorrow I have to go for an MRI for my knee. And get a little bit more stuff done so I can actually enjoy my city day with a bunch of my friends on Sunday, which is super exciting. But I will definitely update you guys tomorrow when I come home and let you guys know what my plans are. I really hope to finish this book tomorrow. That's my big plan. But we'll see how far I get tonight. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I think I'm probably going to wind up finishing this reading vlog with whatever minute point I'm at, and then I'm going to start a new one. But I just wanted to let you guys know about my progress for the day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for another update. Bye. Here, I'm back. I'm sorry I don't have an actual picture of the book to show you because I am reading it on my Kindle, but I have about 10% left of Don't Say a Word by Amberlynn Nashash. I cannot say her last name, but I'm enjoying it. It's definitely not my favorite, like, thriller, and it's just because she can be a very unlikable character to me, and I always, and this is back to, like, my Twilight days, I have a very, like, hard time with, like, aggressive male characters, and in this book, it's, like, clearly a romance, it's clearly a love triangle, and I always fall on the sides of the boy next door and the sweeter guy, and I always never get my wish. Like, never. But I am liking the mystery. I think it's making a very, very compelling point. Her personality is super unlikable. And I know that that's, like, the point of it. But I'm really curious to see how the mystery winds up. I think at this point I'm kind of set that I know. And I'm a little bit disappointed in, like, how the mystery is going to wind up. But it's understandable considering the world that we're set in. So I'm going to, it's also pouring raining outside, which sucks for my bike riding because I love to bike ride, but Can't do it in the rain. So I think I'm going to sit down and not power through, but just finish the last like 10% of this book. And then I'm going to choose my next read and probably do some work on the books that I showed you guys yesterday. But yeah, that's my plans of attack for today. I want to start a new read for the weekend. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. I'm back to say that I have finished Don't Say a Word by Amberlynn Nishat. And I am actually on a blog tour for this book, so that blog post will be coming out next week, I think. But actually, I was surprised how the book ended. I did not expect that ending. I did not expect that twist. Definitely upped my rating of the book. It wasn't as predictable as I was expecting it to be towards the end. I still struggle with Kayleen's character a little bit. Some of the choices and some of her actions are a little bit hard to swallow sometimes, and she can be very unlikable. But I really am invested in the mystery, both the smaller mysteries, but also like the large scale mysteries. It definitely reminds me of like a Neptune, which, you know, is what Veronica Mars was, like a very, very corrupt small town. But I will say the story was super compelling. I read it really, really fast. But yeah, I just wanted to wrap up this reading vlog and say that this is like my last this week I have just lived through is my last week that I'm really off. Next week I do technically have off, but I'm unsure like if they're gonna call me in for stuff, so I don't really know. But all I'm saying is that I've had such a fabulous summer. I've loved reading and giving you guys content. I'm gonna spend the next week giving you guys creating much pre-recorded content as I can, and I'm probably going to start a new reading vlog tonight or tomorrow, and you guys will see this today when I'm posting it. But I just wanted to say you guys, thank you guys for sticking with me, and I am so excited to give you guys more reading content in the future. And I really did enjoy this book, and I think all of the books I read Antidote and I gave that 3 stars. Spin the Dawn was probably my favorite read of this reading vlog. I thought that was such a well-crafted novel, and I really, really enjoyed it. And my least favorite was probably Antidote, not for any particular reason, but just I thought it was a little bit. No, you know what? I did like Antidote. I would say probably this one, the characters weren't my favorite, but that's kind of the point. And I did really like the world in Antidote, so that's kind of like my thoughts. But I'll definitely be doing a blog post next week where I'm going to fan cast Don't Say a Word, so be sure to keep a nose out for that. And I'll talk to you guys later for another reading vlog. Bye.